All right, all right. Hi guys, welcome back. So forgive me if there's some noise in the background right now. There's some yard maintenance and things going on outside. I think they're trimming hedges right now, so it might get really noisy, and I really apologize, but I thought I'm going to go ahead and try this anyway. So anyway, guys, this morning out on our little morning jog and soccer ball adventure that I take my dog on, he keeps maturing in lots of really nice ways, and then he does some naughty things still too, but I'm getting to have more trust in his, ability to recall and his ability to control himself when I tell him to, nope, don't chase the bunny, or, stop, don't go that direction, don't drink that yucky water. He does pull himself back, and then he gets really excited. And so today was a nice example of that. In fact, it was all of the above. There was a bunny he wanted to chase, and he reined himself in. There was yucky water he wanted to drink, and he stopped, and he was so excited with himself, and he leapt over this little ravine to get back to me and did donuts around me. And it was so nice, because as I have more confidence and belief in him, because I see his little behavior, he's growing up, it's like I swear, it's like he feels good about his own little doggy self. So it's really cute to see. And I wanted to go ahead and do a shuffle out of a deck that I haven't used in a while. So I did shuffle this off screen to start our storyline, just because it's a deck that's beautiful. It has a lot of additional meaning to it. And so I always read up on decks like that first, so that then I can make sure that I kind of convey the message properly. And it's so interesting because we got the faith card, and it's like, I guess that's what you could say about me and my dog. I'm having more faith in his little self and the way he behaves. This faith card there's so much to this, and it's so beautiful. Because it talks a great deal, not just about having faith in ourselves, but where that faith comes from. It talks about, when we, and this is for us or for someone else, perhaps, that we're reflecting on right now. But when someone has been lucky enough to be raised around people that have told them that, you're amazing and you have value and you are, someone who is worthy, people have a lot more faith in themselves. Meanwhile, when someone is not used to that, that instills a consistent amount of doubt. And then they in turn sometimes dish that out to others. Even if you do try to give somebody praise who has had it instilled in them that they're not worthy, they will immediately disregard it and think, whatever, I'm sure that that's not true. So no matter how much love you try to show them, they may still have this default mechanism that, like, basically, it's like if you could take an eraser and just erase those nice words you just said to somebody, they don't hear it. It doesn't compute in one ear and out the other, because they've been so conditioned to say, yeah, right, I was already told that I'm no good. And so this is I think that that's a really poignant message, even though that's definitely on the flip side of what the faith card can represent. So it's almost like asking us to do that check on ourselves, and to maybe use this as an assessment tool when we're contemplating how other people behave, either toward us or people that reject our kindness that we try to give to them. What level of faith and confidence does somebody have in themselves? And do we have faith and confidence in ourselves? If you have been around, people and places and situations that have not been kind or supportive to you, number one, I'm so sorry. And I send you so much love. And I hope that these words do kind of sink in and penetrate. Like, you absolutely have worth. You absolutely have value. Those are things that sometimes it's easier to hear from a total stranger, because it's like, look, we're all on this planet because we're supposed to be here. That's how you know you have worth. That's how you know you have value. You are supposed to be here. That's why you're a part of the collective, and the collective needs you. So I don't know who that message is for today, but it starts out really beautiful. But now, this may not be about any one person as an individual that is listening to this. This might be about someone that you are realizing an individual has either tried to cut you down, said things that were not very nice to you, that might have been hurtful. But when we contemplate, wait a second, were they reflecting how they feel about themselves onto me? It can be really shocking and really hurtful when people say rude things to us. But if they're doing it because that's their mindset of themselves, and then they spit that out at us, that's something to be conscious of. And like I say, is someone also rejecting our love that we're trying to give to them because they literally, it doesn't matter how many times you say it, it doesn't compute for this person. That's what do you do in that case, right? Do we keep saying it? Do we keep, trying to deliver that message? Well, let's see. The Empress would say, yes, a mama loves us no matter what. Maybe this is a story about about a mama. Maybe this is you are a mama, or maybe this is you as a divine counterpart to someone that you love very much. And it's like, I wish they could really see how much I love them. I wish they could understand that. I wish they could accept that. I wish that they didn't throw barbs at me because of how they're feeling about themselves. This is, the Empress sees things from a really high perspective. So you may be very aware that there is someone out there that they really struggle to accept being loved, and they may lash out and be hurtful because they cannot accept that there is worth and value in themselves first. Mama's love is unconditional, but mama also has boundaries, right? At least my mama does. my mama's the ultimate in giving us, I always say, she gives you a mother's love and a mother's shove. Sometimes she does them both at the same time. And it's actually amazing, and it's super helpful because it's straightforward. She won't lie to you or for you. She holds you accountable for everything, but she also supports you like so much. And it's like, you messed that up, you're going to need to fix that. You got the power to fix that. So she'll like tell you how it is and then tell you to go fix it and tell you that she believes you can, but she's not doing it for you. Like, that's how I was raised. It was like, I adore my mom. She's great. But as far as this goes, we step right into, excuse me. Sorry guys, my asthma's still been really bad lately, and when there's yard maintenance and stuff, it'll start to kick up all of a sudden again. This is talking about our intuition. I mean, High Priestess in the reverse. We have two of the most powerful, what I view as two of the most powerful divine feminine energies. So very nurturing, very loving, very intuitive, very soothing. You can be a masculine and be in this energy as well. So please know I don't read for genders, but I will say the divine feminine energy is what is like a light switch is turned on to like full illumination here, because this is this deep understanding of why either someone keeps running or why someone has been cruel, unkind, lashed out. This is something where it's like, I understand at a really deep level, you're scared. We have the Strength card in the reverse. I understand. That's what the High Priestess is. The intuition is so profound here. It's like, baby, I love you. And I also know you're scared right now. And fear does not bring out the best in people, right? For the most part. I mean, sometimes it does. Sometimes it brings up our sense of courage, but fear can overwhelm rational thought, definitely overwhelms the ability to come in and give a cup of love. I feel like this is this deep understanding of why someone is perhaps not able to come in right now and give an offer of love. They're terrified of it. They're terrified of the topic of love. Let's talk about who this person is who's so scared of love. Let's take a look. Who is it that's so scared of love? King of Swords, possibly an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. It's funny though, because the Empress, of course, is Libra and Taurus. And then we have the Cancerian energy for the High Priestess, and we have Leo energy for the Strength card. But the person who's scared, we've got, oh, wow. Okay, so we have a 4 of Pentacles and a 3 of Swords. They're scared. It's like this person walks around in a state of a bleeding heart. They hold back because they've been betrayed somehow. They could have been betrayed at like a family level, a soul level. They could have been betrayed by people that should have, really been there for them, should have, reinforced and instilled in them the idea that they matter. And instead, this person, he's even sitting here in a suit of armor. He's in the upright. This person is intelligent. This person is like very like a deep thinker. This person has a lot. And yet they know that they're really good at certain aspects of life. But when it comes to their heart, they hold it like they keep all the wounds fresh also. They didn't heal any of the wounds on their heart. but they've held it and they've locked it up. They keep it nicely, tightly tucked away. And, you know, think of it this way, like air gets stale when we close something into a little tight space. Things get stale. Think of food that starts to rot in your fridge. There's an expiration date on stuff like that. There's things that we need to tend to. We can't pretend that something doesn't need to be dealt with and just put it someplace and seal it off. But that's what it looks like this person did, but they sealed it off with the wounds. Ace of Cups. And this person has so much love. They have so much love. This is such a, possibly a very sensitive person, a very loving person. And instead wow, King of Cups. This is a person who, that's probably why they were cut so deeply. It's because they were really sensitive and they did have a ton of love. And if they were raised in a situation where that was squashed, that was wounded again and again, every time they reached out and they tried to be loving, they instead were somehow betrayed, ridiculed, made fun of, whatever it was, whatever lack of support somebody had. And keep in mind, this could be a facet of ourselves too. Sometimes we can give a ton of love to others, but on the inside of us, we actually have gone through all of this. So, remember the storylines that I tell, and they are only stories about fictional characters, because I'm a writer who writes without a pen. I'm not a psychic. But if you identify with both pieces of this story, it could be because what you've become externally is someone who is really good at supporting people. You become very empathic. You become very capable of spotting this in other people, maybe because this has been you at one point as well. I feel like that's very common, to have been super wounded, and then you are able to understand someone who has been wounded as well, and the defense tactics that come into play. If our emotions are hurt so much, emotions become scary. So what do? We lock them down and we only use logic. Strength card is here though. This person has a great potential to heal and come back from this, but the very thing they're most afraid of is the very thing that will heal them, which is allowing emotions to outflow, allowing themselves to, they've been locking up their heart, but it's their heart that has to be able to shine. They have to be able to receive a cup of love. Receiving love would be the thing that would really help and make them feel, centered and safe again. But that's the hardest thing to do, because, think of it like this, in the natural world, like a lot of the poisons are also the antidotes, right? So we have like this ability to take a small amount of something and use it to heal, but it was the same thing that once upon a time wounded. We have a 3 of Cups, we have a Page of Cups. There is a potential here for things to come back together. There's a potential for, kind of a wobbly fresh start, but something that could turn into like a full-blown tidal wave of emotion. What is happening? Because it's almost like we see a bit of a transformation here. And I didn't ask about that. It just started to pop out. How is it that this person is starting to show up as if they are changing? Is it that this is how you see them? Or is it that this is who they are able to become right now? Is there a transformation happening? That faith card is about like, I believe in this. I believe that things can get better. We have that third eye that's hovering above the crown chakra. This could be that you've been pouring energy in to just simply saying, I understand why you're scared. I understand why you're hurt, but I believe you'll get over this. I believe you'll get through this. I believe you'll heal from this. I don't want to say get over it. That's not the right wording. I believe you'll be able to set yourself free of this place that you've stored your wounds. I believe that you'll be able to do this. I don't know if you've been envisioning this person feeling healed, feeling loved, feeling like they can come back out of this, but I'm asking, is there a transformation or something happening here? And we actually have the 9 of Wands in the reverse, which says no. The 9 of Wands in the reverse, somebody is not, it's the wounded warrior who's not actually taking action. Hold on. We have the Seven of Cups. Ooh, but they're thinking about it. They're confused. They don't. Have you like sent out so much good energy towards someone that it's slowly but surely, either you're healing yourself or you're helping to heal someone else. This person, now we have a Nine of Swords. So we have, I'm asking, has there been a transformation? First, it's no, then it's maybe, then it's, I'm really worried about this. I don't understand what's going on with me right now. It's like if this person is starting to face their fears instead of lock them away, starting to recognize that there's some subtle change that is happening inside of them. This is not bad. We've got a Seven of Pentacles and we have a Four of Cups in the reverse. Seven of Pentacles. This is slow growth that has been happening. Okay, so look at it this way. You know, I love this card so much because we see a father and his son with their oxen, and the father is like hugging the oxen and the little boy is riding on the oxen's back, and this is beautiful, like harmonious, like family, and they're working together for sustenance and survival and, you know, the growth. But it's growth in love, right? And things that are valuable. And it's not just, yes, there's pentacles all over because maybe the rice that they're growing is going to not only feed them, but it's also going to provide an income. But they also do this together. They build something together. They develop skills together. They strengthen bonds together. And so it's definitely not just about money, but it is about the investment of time. This, we see the rice fields are terraced back here. So step by step by step, somehow, some way, either your unwavering belief and simply understanding this person and their wounded energy is slowly, baby step after baby step. This is taking time. The Seven is a divine number. So healing is a divine thing. If this person is very slowly starting to see things differently, starting to feel differently, it's happening in a way that they don't even understand. Sometimes it's like they're almost scared because there's, I feel like they're feeling challenged to not keep things blocked, stressed out all of a sudden, losing sleep over it because it's like, what is happening here? How is something shifting for me? Time has been passing and they thought they were just in the same headspace, the same, you know, behavioral space. And they are realizing that they're not at all. There are, if they used to think about missed opportunities, if they used to think about, you know, like, I'm not going to dream anymore about something good that could possibly come for me, or that love could possibly be real, or whatever this is, they're not holding on to that. It might have been like ingrained in them that, yeah, right, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. Something is slowly shifting for this person, and it's growth. It's personal development. It's, there's something that is cooperative, collaborative, loving. You know, I wonder if, let me see, did you have an impact on this? Or is this, I mean, I think we all have an impact on each other somehow. Well, it would look like you've had an impact even at a great distance on someone, because you notice how these two have still held on to each other energetically all this time. We have two very different people walking in two very different worlds. The Lover's card. We can say we've detached, but we don't detach. When we care about somebody, we don't stop caring, even if they're not in our lives every day, even if they aren't healthy enough to give or receive love. It doesn't change the fact that what we felt for them was so pure and so real. That connection remained and has remained, tethering these two together, even if they have not even looked in each other's eyes in 7 years. There is this element here where what we felt for someone, when it's real, that sinks in somehow in someone's, I'm going to say the back of their mind or their heart or their soul space, however you want to describe it. There is something where maybe this person is even reflecting at this point in time, words that you said before that they rejected is not that they didn't hear them. They heard them, and they somehow coiled and wrapped into this person's DNA. There was some kind of genuine, a piece of them that knew that what you said was genuine, how you felt was genuine, your caring for them was genuine. That has been slowly infiltrating them. that has been slowly keeping them connected to your energy flow. And if you have simply said over and again in your own mind, all I can do is say, I understand. I see that this person will not accept love, but they are, I loved them. I love them. That is something that I have felt for this person. So even if they cannot receive it, it doesn't change what's true. And I feel like this is not like I'm hovering around and, my life is now devoted to sending them good energy. It's not like that, right? An empress lives their own life entirely, does not get bogged down, but what they mean and what they say, that's all legit. They say and do and feel what is authentic. It's just a part of their nature. So it's not like you've been putting your life on pause and only focusing on this person or trying to say they need to heal so they can love themselves. We're not responsible to get everybody to do what is going to be in their best interest, right? Free will, everybody gets to choose whatever they want. But I will still say that something about the sincerity of an emotion has made an impact in another human being. Another human being that at one point was so they were so devoted to their pain and not going to open up their heart. And yet you somehow, through having a genuine emotion for them, that did get into them, that got into their head, that got into them. And they have actually had that memory get stronger, not weaker over time. We have an Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. We have a Princess of Pentacles upright. But we still have a Death card in the reverse. We still have, on one hand, you could say that there's still a connection here. We don't have some big, huge, brand new beginning, though. We have a little teeny tiny beginning. This is just starting to take shape in someone's mind or psyche or heart, however you want to say it. They haven't made any major transformations yet, nor have they let this go. I almost think that the thought or the memory of you is being revived in this person, which is maybe why it's stressing them out. They're feeling some sense of like stress right now because it's like, okay, I thought that like whatever happened with us, it was done. It was over. I walked away. Why is it that I'm feeling some kind of way now? Why is this coming up? Why am I having sleepless nights now? What's going on here and now? I don't understand. What is this that I'm feeling? They're feeling some kind of a shift in this storyline. This character is feeling some kind of a shift. And it's interesting because I almost wonder if it's like, let me put it this way. Babies, take a certain amount of time before they're going to be born, right? All you can do is, and I say this because it's a pregnant empress, right? And then with that Princess of Pentacles is pregnant also. This could be a situation that there was a gestation period here where somebody needed to get to the point where they were going to be ready to go through this rebirth. You somehow were like the sustenance and that you provided, your energy provided the, I want to say the fuel, the nurturing energy that they needed to just kind of sit in for a while. They didn't even realize that they were sitting and gestating in this energy flow that you sent to them. But at this point, we're getting close to somebody, like the birth process is coming now for this person. This is like a rebirth in their life. And I think that you were directly involved in helping this person get here. Still have a 10 of Pentacles, though. I feel, if anything, like this person might start to realize that where they have been, even the family that they were surrounded by possibly was not very supportive, or the money and things like that is not going to be enough. It's not going to be something that they can either mask their hurt in anymore. It's like they're realizing that they have been living life at a deficit here. Tell me about the Death card in particular here. We have a Judgment in the reverse, but a Four of Swords in the reverse. Something is not over The Judgment in the reverse says we're not actually yet ready to resurrect any connection, but we are getting closer and closer to healing all the time. I'm wondering if this is just a situation where it's letting somebody know that your kindness didn't mean nothing. The kindness that you showed to someone, even if they couldn't return it to you, and even if they even hurt you, your kindness, your love that you gave to someone was not without purpose. It wasn't just like, oh man, I gave all that, I got nothing in return, and that person, whatever, they didn't grow from it. It didn't matter. My love that I gave didn't matter. If this is that sense of reassurance where it's like, no, the kindness and the sincere love that you gave to another human being, even somebody who didn't treat you good, you didn't waste an ounce of that. Not really, because when we send love out into the universe, it always is going to have some kind of a positive effect. Now, if we sacrifice ourselves to the point where we're not giving ourselves love anymore because we keep pouring it into someone else who, takes it, gobbles it up, and doesn't reciprocate or do anything good with it, then yes, that's where it's like, whoa, that becomes the imbalance. But in this case, this storyline is really talking about the love and the understanding that you maybe had for someone was very divine, and it did not get wasted after all. Has it been a long time for that to filter into somebody's soul so that they could utilize the nourishment you just gave them? Imagine it's like food. You gave them a sandwich and they're like, yeah, whatever. And they threw it in a backpack and went on their merry way. And yet now days have passed, they're out of food, they're at a really tough spot in their life, and they go, oh my God, I have this sandwich. And then they taste it, and it's like, oh my God, this is the best sandwich I've ever had in my life. You know how when we're hungry, it tastes so, so good. It's almost like they had to get to a point where they were able to remember that sandwich that you gave, when at first it was like they couldn't have cared less, and you thought, okay, that was dumb. I don't know why I decided to make them a sandwich and send it on the road with them. But that's like what your energy was for this person. And now is a time when they actually are it's really providing them something of importance right now, something that now they're grateful to maybe have, and they're realizing that they've had it all along. You didn't waste your energy. We have a 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. We have an Emperor in the reverse. We have a 10 of Cups upright, and we have a 6 of Swords upright. I gotta say, to me, this is looking like finally this person I feel like they had some really bad influence in their life, possibly a really overpowering, unpleasant masculine who was extremely, they may even be realizing where the root of some of their issues came from. And this doesn't have to be like a father figure. This doesn't even have to be a man, but somebody who was very powerful, who was very belittling and very toxic. They may be cutting themselves away from that. They may be looking at what they have had patterned to them or how they've been treated by others, and they're realizing that's where my issues have come from. That's why I have maybe reacted in the same way. Why have I been an Emperor in the reverse? Well, that came from somewhere, right? This person wants to make a change. You're not investing in their bad attitude anymore. This person is starting to become open to love, and most importantly, they want to move forward, move onward. That 6 of Swords is where we let go. Let go of things that hurt. And it's interesting because we actually see this person on a motorcycle with a sidecar, and then the sidecar is their mate and their child. It's like, I have a chance to change how my family will be raised, and what kind of a parent I will be, and what kind of a relationship I will be in. This could be really amazing. But tell me, why do we have kind of all these delays? Is this that this person is getting to the point where they don't want to, we saw that 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, and then the Judgment in the reverse, 2 of Pentacles. This person is trying to get into a state of harmony. They're not ready for cutting ties with toxic, past families and whomever. I feel like whomever instilled feelings of worthlessness in them, as they are getting ready to cut ties with that, they are also needing to get into a place of real peace and harmony within themselves. This person is getting balanced for the first time in their life, possibly. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. tell me, like, let's just ask something from the universe about this. What was the, in fact, let's use this deck. I love this deck. What has been your role in all of this? I mean, it looks like we can see it, but let me just ask the universe. How does the universe see your role in this? Ooh. The tracker, the sacred mountain, and the talking stick. So all three were in the reverse, but it doesn't matter because I only read them upright. So I feel like you have been able to follow this person's energy somehow, even if you didn't know it. A sacred mountain, this is helping somebody see that, mountains can represent obstacles, but they can also represent like, the spirit of a mountain is almost like, I look at mountains like they're people. Mountains have oftentimes been sacred locations for lots of different cultures. And here we see like the Incan Machu Picchu being depicted. And then we have the talking stick. Somehow you spoke to this person at a very, how do I say it? You found their higher self and you communicated with their higher self. You found it. You had to go looking for their higher self because you couldn't talk with their 3D self. So you found their higher self and you communicated with them somewhere above all the noise, somewhere where there wasn't any of that, that whatever it was you said, however you said it, whatever kind of love you connected with this person on, it probably wasn't words that you said, it was probably the energy flow that really made an impact on this person. That's what spoke to them. Very interesting to see that your ability to find their higher self through like something very sincere, some kind of love that was very real. That is a beautiful, beautiful thing if you did that for someone. Absolutely amazing. So what has been their role in this? If that's the role you played for someone, what has been their role in this? We have Spirit of Fire and Storyteller. There, it's time that they write a new story for themselves. If they had been telling themselves the story of, nope, I'm not lovable, it doesn't matter what you say, I'm going to treat you the way I've always been treated, because that's how humans treat each other. That's what was patterned to me. That was not true. That was just a story. They now are perhaps able to, again, this is the Spirit of Fire is talking about our personal willpower. They're realizing they get to decide the story of their life. In both of these scenarios, we have fire by calm water. This is calming their emotions and then actually becoming excited to say, wait a second, I'm in control of the fire of my life. I direct my life. I don't have to repeat patterns. I don't have to live out the same story that, was patterned to me. I choose what my story will be for myself, for the person I love, for the family that I want to create. If there's not abundance where this person has been, or if their family has been part of the toxic issue, the way they were raised, all of that, they are finally able to see the comparison. Before, this person may have made the allegiance to stay with a family that was super, super toxic. And I'm talking like, the way maybe their parents or friends, their whomever was like, oh no, don't be with so-and-so. They don't really like you anyway, blah, blah, blah. They might have reinforced all kinds of false ideas to this person that, you're not really going to be loved by this empress. There's no way. They might have had this whole love corrupted by negative talk that came from, people in their lives that were showing their own woundedness and dumping them on this person. Then this person, they in turn took that and they dumped it on you. It's, that's what happens. It's like one crappy behavior, we deliver it to somebody else. Now that person gives that crappy behavior, we spread it like a little disease, right? Bad behavior just gets spread like a disease. Fears get spread like a disease. Those types of things, you didn't let that impact you. You gave this person consistent and truthful, honest love, and somehow that actually did sink in for this person over time. I don't know what it is about the timing, why this is making more of an impact now, other than, like I said, it was something about a gestation period. This person had to sit with that energy in them long enough, and without you present also. You planted the seed and then you stepped back and you said, all I can say is that everything I felt was sincere. It's not like I changed my mind just because this person couldn't give love back to me. I understand they're scared, they're wounded, they're staying in that. But it doesn't change the fact that I really loved this person, and somewhere inside of them they know that, because I made that clear, and I'm solid about that. It's, you gave them something that was not I don't want to say it was unconditional, but it was, I mean, yes, it was unconditional, but that's not the important part. It was that it was undebatable. They know that you really meant it. That does have the power to change somebody. That's, to me, truth is the one thing that can really change someone. When they finally believe that you were for real, that's the thing that finally changes. And then they can look at people that are toxic in their life, poisonous, dumping crap on them all the time, and they can actually make the comparison between how you behaved versus how these people behave. And now it becomes like they can accept that you were for real. You meant it. These people are telling me the falsehoods. These people are telling me the wrong story, that I'm not lovable, that I'm no good, when really I can see it's them that doesn't believe they're good enough. And I know that you really meant it. You said you loved me because I'm worthy. You're the person I actually now believe. That's the subtle shift, but it only comes because you said something truthful, and however you behaved, you like backed it up with something honest. So all I can say is, if this is a story of you have slowly become your own advocate and started to believe that you're lovable yourself, maybe somebody played this role in your life where it's like, you know what? That person really meant it. I have value, and I know now that I do. And all those other things that were tearing me down, those are the things to cut myself free from. Maybe it's you, or maybe it's that you have provided this to somebody else, and maybe it's both. All right, I'm going to leave that one there. Sorry, this one got so long. Sorry for coughing at you. Thank you guys very much. If you enjoy this storyline, please do give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel to grow. It's the only way my free channel can continue and can grow. I appreciate you guys so much, and your beautiful comments and your thoughts and all the things that you share here. I hope you always feel like you're among friends. I really wanted to have a channel that is like, I keep my comments on so you guys can share your thoughts. And I love how supportive you are with each other. It's so, so nice. Anyway, lots of love to everybody. And I hope that you're having a beautiful day. And if you've been this for somebody, that's amazing. Good for you. That's changing the world one human being at a time, one interaction at a time. So lots of love.